Hey YouTubers, got a new set of wheels. Got away from these hubcaps and got these new VOXX Medina wheels, and these are the 19 by 8.5. Gotta say, I think they look really good. I've had them on here for a week now, and I gotta say I'm very pleased with them. And I think they really complement the look of the car, and as far as the handling, I'm very impressed. I mean, literally, when you go around a curve now, it really hugs the corners really well, and they weigh about the same as the set of stock wheels. And I had 17-inch steel wheels on here. So these here, like I said, they're from VOXX. They're called the Medina. They come in, like, I believe 18, 19, I believe a 20 as well, and they come in this silver finish, or they come in black, like a gloss black as well. And I just thought this one really complimented the car. So I know what you guys are thinking at home. I'm sure you're sitting there thinking, well, it's expensive to switch out wheels, because once you pay the initial cost for the wheels, then you got to buy the expensive tires and stuff. And that's true. You can spend a fortune on tires, whether you're buying 17s like it had on it, or or even the 19s that I've got on there now. It just depends on what tires you get, and what name brand and all that kind of stuff. And you can spend a fortune on any tire size. But for these here, literally I found these on Simple Tire. They're Armstrong tires. They get like a 65,000 mile warranty on them, and they're speed rated to like a V rating. So that's what they call for the RAV4. They got good ratings. Everywhere I was looking, they were getting like 4.5 and 5-star ratings. So I thought, well, let's give them a shot. And truthfully, I didn't know what to think. I thought since they were kind of cheap that the tires wouldn't be any good. Well, I was wrong. They ride just as good as the Firestones that was on here from the factory. And also, I got to thinking, well, you hear a lot of people say you go up to a bigger rim size that you get more of a harsh ride. Well, that's true if you put just a small tire on here. But truthfully, I couldn't hardly tell, much difference in the ride. I mean, literally, the RAV4s are kind of a harsh ride anyways, so it's not like it's going to be riding in a Cadillac. But, I really couldn't tell that much of a difference, between these and the 17s that was on it. These have a thick enough sidewall on them that, I still got plenty enough tire, and I'm not worried about hitting potholes and things like that. Another reason why, it's a good idea to get aftermarket wheels is you could save some weight. Literally, these here are like a flow cast wheel. They're not like a regular forged wheel. These are like a cast wheel that's been flow formed, and I think VOXX calls it feather forged. But basically, they take heat and pressure and put it on a cast wheel, and I guess they press it out somehow, and it makes it stronger and lighter weight. And so these here are, like I said, they're 19 by 8.5, but they only weigh 23 pounds. So I mean, that's pretty light, and that's about roughly what the stock 17-inch steel wheel weighs on this vehicle. Plus you got to add the hubcap. It's probably about the same weight. Well, I've got the receipt right here where I bought the tires from Simple Tire, and you can see right here I got them on special. There was a special going on where you buy 4 tires and you get one of them free. And you can see with tax and everything, I paid $326.42. That was a steal. I mean, that's cheaper than what I could have found, the stock 17s for. So if you know how to shop around online, you can get good deals on tires. I was able to work out a deal with a tire shop, and I got them mounted and balanced for free. So I traded a little advertising for them to mount them and balance them, and so they mounted them and balanced them for free. And it was a good reputable tire company. They had all the latest Hunter equipment, and didn't have to worry about them scratching them up or any of that kind of crap. But I gotta say, I'm very pleased with them. I just drove with them in the rain this morning, and if they're a little bit dirty, it's because I've been out in the rain. So one thing I wanted to point out is, as far as these wheels being a little bit wider, I believe the ones that were on here were like a 17 by 7 or 7 by 7.5, but with these here, they're 8.5s, and so they're a little bit wider, and I feel like you get a little bit more tire to the pavement, and I just feel like it handles better to me. And another thing that you'll notice is if you look at it from the front coming down the side here, you know, the wheels don't stick out past the fender. You know, they stay nice and tucked in. And one reason I wanted them like that is because I didn't want to cut down on fuel economy. If you got wheels and tires that stick out the side of your vehicle like that, and you know, I just think it looks good being all nice and tucked up underneath the fender, and it looks like it would be a wheel that would be on there from the factory because it's so tucked in there. So for you guys wondering, it's a plus 35 offset. Also, one thing to keep in mind whenever you're switching out wheels is aftermarket wheels are universal. They fit a bunch of different vehicles, and so the center bore is going to be bigger. And what I mean by that, you've got a center cap right in here that's covering up the hole, but behind that hole is a larger hole, and I believe it is 73.1 is the hub diameter. Well, on the hub on the RAV4, it's going to be smaller. It's going to be a 60.1 millimeter hub. You've got a small hub on the RAV4 and a big hub on the wheel because, like I said, it's meant to fit multiple vehicles, so it's got a bigger hub on it. So you're going to need some sort of hub-centric rings. So I bought some off of Amazon. These are from a company called Stance Magic. They're made out of some sort of plastic. What this does is it takes that piece of plastic and adapts it to where it uses the stock 60.1 millimeter hub that's on the Toyota and the Lexuses, and makes it a bigger and adapts it to a 73.1 wheel bore. So when you put your wheel on there, that it fits nice and tight, and it's right in the very center. That's why they call it a hub centric ring. So it mounts that wheel in the very center, and like I said, like $10. And literally, I've had this thing on the highway running 70, 80 mile an hour and no vibration, nothing. So I sit there and watch the guy balance the wheels out, and they all balanced out really low weight. So that's another thing I was pretty impressed with. I don't know if it was the wheels or the tires or both together, but they balanced out really well. So anyways, like I said, I've been on the interstate running 70, 80 miles an hour in it, and I've not had any kind of funny vibrations. So that's one reason why I wanted to do the hub-centric rings. Now, lastly, I know what you're going to say. You're going to need some lug nuts, and that's true. Let's come a little closer. And the reason you need aftermarket lug nuts on these wheels is because, you can buy those thin wall sockets, that has the nylon or plastic around the outer edges of the socket. But every time I've bought those, they're still too big in diameter, and they end up scratching the hole up right in there where the lug nut is. Then, it looks like crap. Well, I decided to find some smaller diameter lug nuts from a company called Gorilla. I bought these here. You can see right there it says Gorilla, and these are the small diameter ones. I've got a link down in the description if you guys are interested, but you can see these are like a small diameter tuner style. If you look in the center there, you can see that they're a tuner style lug nut, and there's plenty of room to put your socket that comes with the lug nuts in there, and so it don't scratch the inner part of that up. And also you'll want to keep in mind that you'll want like a conical shaped lug nut, so whenever you put it in there, that it seals up and centers that wheel up on the lug nut. I only paid $26.41 for the lug nuts and $9.59 for the hub-centric rings, and $320 for the tires. Really did change the look of the vehicle, made it handle a hell of a lot better, but it looks so much better, so much better. All right guys, so I'm not gonna make this a long drawn out video. I just wanted to show you the new wheels that I got, and I appreciate VOXX for sending these out to me. They sponsor me with a set of wheels, and I'm very appreciative of everything that I've gotten for the vehicle. And I try to bring you guys different videos that might help you out and explain some things that you might have some questions to, and show you what it looks like. There's not a lot of RAV4s out there with aftermarket wheels. Now the RAV4 did come with 19-inch wheels on some models, so if you was to take it to a dealership, I know my personal dealership said as long as that you kept with the same size tires that come on the RAV4, then it shouldn't affect your warranty. So they told me I could run the 19s, but I couldn't go wider on the tires. Now, you know, obviously I went a little bit wider on the wheel, but I still kept the same width tire. These here are 235, 55, 19. And you know, that's what comes stock on some of the RAV4s. So truthfully, I would love to see it lowered down just a little bit, but you know, I don't want to avoid my warranty. But anyways, just wanted to show you guys what it looks like, and you know, now I can get rid of these old hubcaps. A little RAV4 is no longer, you know, a grocery getter. You know, it looks a little sportier now than that. When I put the wheels on here, I was concerned that the calipers and the caliper bracket would look all ugly and stuff, you know, behind these new wheels. And so I was pleasantly surprised, you know, when I pulled those steel wheels off. You know, I couldn't see the calipers or rotors or any of that kind of stuff behind there. But now you can see the caliper and the caliper bracket right there. And, you know, I don't know if it's aluminum or if it's just painted, you know, that silvery color, but I gotta say it looks pretty good on here with, you know, just stock. That's just the way that it come. I didn't paint that or anything, and it looks pretty sharp. Now eventually, you know, after my warranty runs out, you know, who knows, I might put some, you know, drilled and slotted rotors, you know, make that look a little bit more sportier. All right, now also one other question that you guys might have is, what TPMS sensors did I use? And since this is a brand new 2024 model RAV4, I just used the TPMS sensors that was in the 17-inch wheels, the steel wheels. And so I just switched them over, had the shop switch them over for me when they broke the tires down. And literally, you know, it might cost you anywhere between $100 to $200 to have your tires, you know, mounted and balanced and have the sensors switched over. And then that's putting new valve stems in the old tires because they're brand new, and so I was going to sell them. Make sure wherever you go to a reputable shop so they don't scratch your wheels and tires up, or, you know, put it on a balancing machine that hadn't been calibrated or something like that, and you end up with a vibration or whatever. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. If you want to see more pictures of the wheels, you know, follow me on Instagram. I'll put the link down below. And if you're interested in the VOXX wheels, these are, again, they're the Medina 19 by 8.5, and they come in the silver and the black, and they come in different diameters as well, but these are the 19 by 8.5. If you're interested in the hub-centric rings, I'll put a link in the description, and if you're interested in the Gorilla lug nuts, I'll put those down in the description as well. So anyways, I appreciate you guys watching, and I hope the video helped you out and give you an idea of what yours might look like if yours was riding on 19s as well. So anyways, thanks for watching.